Boom. All right, so today we're gonna be stretching out these sore muscles. What stops so many people from exercising more, especially when you're compounding on those habits? You get sore, it hurts, and you don't wanna do anything. But trust me, today you're gonna wanna hang around and watch the whole video because we're gonna show you how to stretch those muscles out to make sure you don't have to skip a day. All right, so you're building a great habit. You've been doing some exercise, you've been doing more exercise than what you might have commonly done before. And so you're about 3 or 4 days in and you're like, oh my sweet niblets, right? You're like, what's going on? Why does it hurt when I sit down? You know what I'm talking about. Why does it feel this ache here? Why do I feel it there? Your back, everything's just telling you don't go to the gym or don't exercise. This is why we are going to be talking about doing some dynamic stretches as well as some static stretches. Don't worry, you're not going to have to learn a completely new vocabulary. Really simple words I'll explain to you in a second. All right, but so before we get started, I want you to do me a huge favor. Hit that likes button, hit that subscribe button. You're gonna wanna be here whenever we drop these great videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Hit that bell to get notified because this is where you wanna be to get the most concise information about being healthy, happy, and really active, all right? The Happy Meal Diet is all about doing things a smart way that's sustainable and it sticks. You know when you get so sore, and you realize how many muscles your body has. It's not about how big those muscles are, it's about that you can feel them, okay? So what do? How do you get around that? If you're anything like me, you want to make sure that you're always, whenever you start something new, that you're being consistent with it and you don't want to fall off. I'm too scared to quit, by the way, because I know if I stop, one day turns to 2 years. So what I'm a big fan of is doing dynamic stretches as well as static stretches. Now with these, all you need is a couple things. Exercise band. And I'll be honest with you, you really only need one thing. You can use this thing right here, it looks kind of crazy. Or you go into your cabinet and then you grab your broom holder, you unscrew it just like so, and you pop it out, just like this. You can use either or. It's honestly what you have available to you. We try to make this simple, folks. We don't want to make it complicated. That's the big deal with this. No more complications. This is the easy way. We're gonna start you out standing up. I'm gonna slowly start working the whole body, and we're gonna work out every single kink we can in under 12 minutes. Trust me. Oh, and before we get started, whenever you hear the word dynamic stretching, the phrase dynamic stretching, what that means is it's more of a pulse, or you just kind of go back and forth, or you're just not holding it for a long period, okay? Dynamic means you're moving more. Static stretching is when you hold it, okay? That's when you might be sitting on your bottom and stretching your toes out, which you might have done in school. It's just holding it longer. There are benefits to both, but what we're gonna start off with is some dynamic stretches using that pole or that little squiggly band. All right, so let's get to it. First up, we're gonna do some torso rotations. Take that beautiful pole, just like so, or your band, put it at the base of your neck. And what you're gonna do is make sure you keep your posture nice and upright, hands spread just like me. You're gonna be looking over in that direction and another direction. You're gonna spin just like so. Doing your best to keep your head going straight, just like I'm doing, not twisting your waist. Now I'm gonna go profile forward to make it easier. Now what you don't wanna do is what I just did, kind of put it on your neck and lean over, nice and straight. This is gonna loosen up your upper back, make those muscles feel really good, as well as stretch out your chest muscles. All right, kind of shake that out just like so. And next we're gonna go and just kind of stretch our shoulder out. It's gonna help loosen it up, nice and straight. Hands come parallel to the floor and drop it up and down to the top of your head. And we'll go profile just so you can see things, just like that. Perfect. You don't want to go behind your head. I mean, you can if you want to, but I'm not really recommending it for this. You want to do that for 3 sets. You can do that for both of those. You want to keep that, heart rate up and just keep going. Again, you just kind of touch and go. Next up, you're gonna place that pole straight to the ground. Big, deep breath, just like that, and just twist your neck all the way down. Put your chin in your chest, base of your skull all the way to your back of your shoulder blades, spinning in one direction. Now, after you do that about 4 times, shaking it out, you're gonna do it in the other direction. Just like so, base of your skull all the way to the back of your shoulder blades, chin all the way inside of your chest. The pole is there really just to kind of keep you upright to stop you from leaning forward. Arms are nice and straight, by the way. Make this easy, folks. Make it easy. We tend to carry a lot of stress and tension in our necks, and so this is going to help you out there, as well as to start to loosen up those hips, believe it or not. This next one is going to work your obliques. It's going to stretch out your obliques, your lower back. Now I did another video, it's going to kind of TikToks, but now you're just taking your time, making sure your elbows go over to touch your hip or get as close as possible. Really stretching it out. It's going to be working them just a little bit too. Make sure that you're breathing because you're going to start doing a little bit more, so you make your way to the floor. 3 sets. All right, take one knee, place it on the ground, making sure everybody's nice and aligned, shoulders and hips and knees all in one line, both hands on top of your chin. Don't lean forward. You want to make sure you keep your arms nice and straight, which is going to make sure you have great posture. And this is that pulse, remember, dynamic stretch. Leaning forward and backing off. Great for your hips, great for your glutes. There we go, Vern, I can see it feels good. Your lower back and your upper back. Just take your time, just pulsing. You don't need to go all the way forward. You're just touching and going, touching and going. Gonna go profile just so you can see things. Touching and going. Okay, you're just gonna do the same exact thing. You're just gonna reverse it. Nice straight back, hands on your knees, just like so. Cool, coming up. This is called thread the needle in yoga. What you're gonna be doing is all fours, both knees down, nice and nice straight back. And what you're gonna be doing is wherever your hand goes, your head and eyes are gonna follow. I'm a little stiff because my lower back, upper back, shoulders, chest, hamstrings, and glutes. Reaching all the way up. And then what you're gonna do is go hands to the ceiling and go all the way underneath. Perfect. Reaching under, acting like you're trying to get something from underneath the carpet or underneath the rug or underneath the table. We're going to be doing this on both sides, same exact motion. I do want to say this, while you're doing these stretches, what you're going to find, especially when you're doing these dynamic stretches that are pulsing, you're moving, it's allowing more oxygen to get into those muscles. It's helping them heal quicker. It's giving them the nutrients that they need. More blood flow. They're warming up. They're feeling better. So don't be surprised if you start having a little sweat. It's normal. Expect it. All right. So let's move on to our next transition. All right. So you want to make sure as we start transition, make sure you're careful. Your muscles are sore. If your hamstring's a little tight, your bottom's a little tight, take your time. This ain't a race. Cool. So you're breaking it down to the ground. You'll be sitting on your bottom. Ignore the awkward stare that I have going on. Just making sure it's recording. I didn't record earlier. And what you're going to do is you're going to have your right leg straight. Bring your left knee into your body as close as you possibly can and comfortably can. And just hold it there. This is, again, going to stretch that lower back out. It's going to squeeze your chest, pecs a little bit. It's also going to work your biceps. But it's all about kind of stretching that lower back out and letting the upper back just kind of get its thing going. Then what you're going to do is same leg, drop that left leg down, shoulders upright, make sure nice straight posture, keeping everything in line, and you're just going to press that left knee down just a little bit, and then stretch out and do your best to touch your toes on your right leg. That's going to be great for your hamstrings and your calves, and then we're just going to reverse the same exact exercise. Stretch. These are very simple but effective stretches, and by the way, expect to sweat. When I got to the end of this, I was drenched. So much so, I'm sure it got a little raunchy. I hope you had a lot of fun. Well, as much fun as I did, stretching these muscles out, making sure that we're not skipping a day, making sure that we're stretching those muscles out, because it's about just going back and forth, right? Back and forth, stretch those muscles, which is a form of exercise. No, it's not like you're going to the gym or doing a complete workout, but it just makes sure that those muscles are getting that break and they're getting that stretch that they need with that, expansion and then contraction. And that's what the big thing here is, movement, all right? We're not looking at potential. We're looking at pure energy, just moving forward and making the best out of it. Nobody likes to be sore, all right? In fact, well, I like being sore, but not sore to the point where it feels like, I can't walk upstairs. But, let me ask you a question. What was your favorite stretch? I can say for myself, my favorite stretch is when I take the pole and I gotta kind of go tick-tock left to right. I love that. Really helps me loosen up my back. But what was your favorite stretch? Let me know in the comments below. We have a lot of great videos coming down the way. Thank you again. Have a great one. I'm gonna see you guys soon, okay? Hey, and before you go, take a look at a few other videos that we have.